This video is for my non-Muslim girlies in a relationship with a Muslim. I'm going to share the story of my failed 6.5-year interfaith relationship and give you some advice to hopefully save you some heartbreak and years of your life. For some context, my relationship was from ages 21 to 27, and I am 28 now. When we got together, we knew it was going to be hard winning over his parents, but we didn't know how hard. He said it should be okay if I agreed to raise our future kids Muslim, and I was fine with that because I'm Christian but more spiritual, and I care more about my kids being good people than anything else. For the first 4 years, I was a secret to his parents. Huge mistake and red flag, we're coming back to this later. And then when he finally told his parents, they refused to meet me for 2.5 years. I was slut-shamed, called the path of chaos and destruction, and they even asked if I was a virgin. When I finally did meet them, they told me that they thought I was going to hell, our future kids were going to hell, and they were going to go to hell for letting us be together. And the ironic part is that our relationship was technically halal as I was raised Christian. I also got blindsided by my ex 6 years in because he started saying I needed to convert and dress differently to make the relationship work. Remember, before it was just raise Muslim kids. And he also decided that he wanted to live with his parents and I wouldn't be allowed to wear leggings in my own house because it would make them uncomfortable. Don't want to hate on my ex because he's a genuinely good person, but the way he handled this was unacceptable. So obviously this relationship didn't work out, and I want to impart 3 pieces of advice to anyone in a similar situation. The first is deal with the parents right away. If you wait, then you might find out that they're actually really toxic and you might actually not want to be part of that family, but you've already spent years invested into this relationship, and so you have the sunk cost fallacy. And then you might end up spending even more years trying to salvage an impossible situation. Number 2 is if your partner isn't all in, you need to get out. You need to get out the second they start asking you to change to appease their family. Your relationship can be the most loving otherwise, as mine was, but this shows that you aren't your partner's priority. Their family and their closed-minded views are. For this to work, your partner needs to stand by you 110%, and they need to make it clear to their parents that you are their person and they don't get to disrespect you. And number 3, probably most important, please understand that there is love and connection everywhere. You don't have to go through this. This was my first real love, and I was pretty sure I was going to marry this person. I didn't think it was possible to have a real connection with anyone else, but I'm here to tell you that it really is possible. We are compatible with so many people in the world. Your partner doesn't want to tell their family about you because you're not Muslim. There is someone who would love to introduce you to their family. Your partner wants to change your religion and the way you dress. There is someone who loves you the way you are. My ex was a good, generous, and loving person, but I was ultimately not the priority. And I spent the majority of my 20s in love with someone who was ashamed of me. I spent years hoping that closed-minded people would come around. And I deeply, deeply regret that. I deserved better, and you deserve better too.
Guys be funny as hell when they're in love. I promise you, guys be funny as hell. Their boyfriends will be abusive as hell, choke slam them, wrestling, like MMA. They're beating the shit out of them. And they'll say, no, but he loves me. He didn't mean it. You didn't mean it. He didn't mean it. What you mean? They'll be crazy in love. I remember I had this girl, bro. Her boyfriend was doing her shit. And I'm telling her the truth, like, yo. Not snitching on nothing. I'm like, yo. He doing you foul. Literally. It's like, no. I trust him like this and that. Later, she came back and she admitted it. Like, I'm sorry, you were right. So ladies, I think ladies gotta stop it. You gotta separate your emotions from your mind. You gotta start using your mind. Just think of a room, take out your feelings in your heart, put it there, just imagine and close it. Now start using logic. Because she went there, it's like someone going this route, getting robbed, getting robbed, and they beat the shit out of him or her, and then next day you say, oh, you can still use this way, but if you go around 5 o'clock, you may not get robbed. Like, you already went this route, and you have seen that it doesn't work. These people don't play about their relationship and marriages. They will cut their children off, literally their family. Like, they don't play about emotion. Just for a religion, literally. Listen to that shit. They say you're going to go to hell. Kids that don't even have nothing to do with this. They will do this shit. Good advice, don't do it. You already saw the results. Like, she's the statistics. You know what I mean? Don't try this shit. Don't. You know what I mean? their rules and how they go about their life. Before you jump into a relationship like this, you gotta think of it. You know what I mean? The kids, like that's something that people don't most forget. Before you get married, you gotta talk about the what are our kids gonna be taught, what are they gonna be, the values, this and that, blah blah blah. Like you already know, like these stories exist, but you still, love is blind. Like love of my life, and the way she's talking, she looks like she's ready for round two. Like she's not over with. She wants his own two. She's still in love. The blind guiding the blind. Talking about yo. This is like, listen, if you ever hear something, I would say just don't ignore it. Just put it like a warning. Keep your heads up. But most of the things that I came to learn, like people just don't say things just to talk. There's rumors and false information and all, but most of the things regarding relationship are true. For example, a lady told me, "Oh, I don't date celebrities or people who are famous because they come with enough drama with girls and all this stuff." True, they got clout, they got fame, they can get all these girls. They are not really there. And you see, it's true. You might hear something like that and be like, "Nah." And then you come around a celebrity, and then until it happens to you, then you be like, "Oh, they were speaking the truth." So don't ever ignore stuff. So me telling you, yo, this is not gonna work, this is not good for you, just leave it. You know, just leave it. It comes with a lot. But unless you're ready to convert and go all the way, then it's gonna work for you. That will be the best solution. If you're gonna convert, if you're ready to give up everything, you know what I mean? And the relationship is strict. If they say maybe no showing your face, you still wanna wear leggings, bro. Bro, there's no in between. Before you date, first things first, you gotta know the types of women or men you have to avoid. That's gotta be first on the list that you should know. Not just fall in love with everybody. That's why being single is good. Stay single for 2, 3 years. 2, 3 years. Learn the things you gotta do, what to avoid, and all this other stuff. Most of us, like I said, they just jump into relationship without know what's going on. We follow the movies and just what we know and our feeling. And then when we get cooked, who are we to blame? There's no school that teaches us all these things, and you don't learn about it. So take your time to learn yourself so you can avoid some certain things. You know.